This is Unit 2, Gender in French Revolution, Part 1. Now, in this chapter, we will look into the experiments and experiences of the women in the French Revolution. Objective is to measure the success of the revolution on the parameters of liberty, equality, and fraternity to women. So, if we need to measure the success of the French Revolution, if our objective is that, then we can do it on the terms of these values of liberty, equality, and fraternity to women. Now, to trace women's voices in French Revolution is difficult, as recorded version of the revolution better include men's voices. So we find it difficult to include to find the voices of women, as French Revolution includes men's voices, but we hardly find traces of women's voices. Even with women participants of the French Revolution, even if we further see women participation, so we see that rich women who were there, they could afford better recording of their role through paintings and writings. However, when we talk about the lower or middle class women, we cannot simply say that they will remain untouched by the revolution, but they could not afford that recording of their roles. But rich women could afford better recording of their roles through paintings and writings. And however, that does not mean that women from different backgrounds remain untouched by it. Women from different backgrounds had their opinions and voices in the French Revolution, and we see that how it differs between different categories, how different women categories had their experiences, experiments done in that. Now we talk about the social transformation. So social transformation can be divided into three further parts. First, the political reforms, second, economic reforms, and third, the personal relation between men and women, the changes in that. So when we speak about social transformation, it includes first political reforms that further includes right to vote. Second, economic reforms like communally owned mode of productions. And lastly, the changes in personal relations between men and women, these all lead to social transformation. So one of the biggest revolution discussed all over the world is the French Revolution of 1789. We have different parts of the French Revolution, but the major discussed part of this whole thing is 1789 French Revolution and the subsequent revolutions of the France that we will see in the further sessions. It is projected that French Revolution gifted the values of liberty, equality, and fraternity to the world. So this chapter explores the women's experiences after the revolution and during the revolution, which we will further discuss in the following sessions. Thank you.